Okay, so we want to see what the fixit function does. So currently we've got a pass here, but let's read it. Decide what to do. So this function should decide what to do. And this is based on the engineering flowchart. Now, a few people were trying to work out how to open this file, but actually it's very easy in Sublime. You just click on it. So you've probably seen this before. You're testing to see how to fix a problem. Does it move? No. Should it? Yes. If it's not working, then you WD-40 it. And if it's fine, then there's no problem. If it does move and it shouldn't, then you've got to duct tape it. And if it does move and it should, then no problem. So we've got 3 possible outcomes, or 4 possible outcomes, of which 2 are the same. So let's implement this with 4 possible outcomes, and then we'll see if we can refactor it to make it tidier using the kind of red-green refactoring idea. So let's get rid of this pass, and we'll start writing our code. So if it, now this my autocomplete is getting in the way. So if moves and should move, then return. And what are we supposed to return? If it moves and it should move, we're supposed to return no problem. Then we can say else elif, because Python's got a kind of weird elif. So if moves and now what we want to do here, so this is if this is true and this is true, then no problem. If moves and not should move, so that flips it. So if this is true and this is false, so if it moves and it shouldn't move, we can say return. Now what do we need to return if it moves and it moves but it shouldn't? So let's have a look at the flowchart. It's moving and it shouldn't. We should return some duct tape. So return duct tape. Okay, now we can run this right now just to see what's going on. So some of the tests will pass and some of them will fail. So here we go. No problem. Fix it. Duct tape. Fix it. And then we've got none here, none here. So this isn't telling us whether it's correct or not. It's just giving us what it does. Okay. So if we run the tests properly, it'll tell us whether these pass or not. So we can also run an elif. Now there is a more elegant way to do this, but let's do it this way and then make it better. If not moves and not should move, so then we want to return. So what should happen here? If it's not moving and it shouldn't move, look at this flow chart again. It's not moving and it shouldn't move, we should return no problem. So copy here, no problem, no problem mate. And then else, because this is the last one. But actually I like to do, let me show you something that I like to do. So let's say, copy that, just to make less typing. So if it doesn't move, but it should move, so now we've got elif not moves, but should move, return, what should it return? So it's not moving, but it should move. Not moving, should move, WD-40. So we'll copy that so that we know that we're copying exactly what it should return. Okay, so that's good. So we've got a situation here where we've covered all 4 branches. Now, in good, like really clever programming, you shouldn't need to worry about this because you've covered everything. But I quite often like to put in a weird scenario so that it never falls through. So we've got else. So this is the fall through case. We can make it return something really weird. So return something's not right here, mate. Looks expensive. which is what your like classic engineering response is here. Now, we should never get to this because we should have everything covered by these situations. So let's run that bit, and we can say we're getting no problem, duct tape, WD-40, no problem. All right. Now, there is a more elegant way to do this, which is if we look at the situations here, we've got moves and should move, not move and should not move, both return no problem. So we can actually remove this one and modify this one, because if they're both the same, then there's no problem. So let's get rid of that and say if moves and should move are the same, then we return no problem. Now we'll run that and we get the same thing. No problem, duct tape, WD-40, WD-40, no problem. Now, whether you do that or not is up to you, because you might argue that explicitly stating each line is more readable or more maintainable. Or you might say that you want to be the most efficient in terms of number of cases. It's kind of up to you. It really depends on the situation you're in. And you get to make a call on this. This is where it goes from being pure logic to being a kind of psychology thing. So I think this works. I'm going to stop the video now and run the tests, and if it works, I'm going to commit it.